They are already now attacking Sophie Cunningham. Oh, they're mad. The MAGA Barbies got them angry. They're cheering on violence against this basketball player. And that's Kiki Arifin. And I got to tell you, here we go with the smiling like you've done. I don't get it. This is the worst part of the WNBA. It is.
I'm just a girl and I only play WWE with my sister. With those 12 words, Sophie Cunningham didn't just respond to being body slammed during a basketball game. She completely flipped the narrative and transformed the Indiana Fever from pushover to powerhouse. Remember how the Fever were the team everyone bullied last season? That ended the moment Sophie posted that Instagram response after Mystics players targeted her to intimidate Caitlin Clark. The attack backfired so badly that it created something the Fever desperately needed, a team identity built on having each other's backs. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Last season, the Indiana Fever were straight up basketball's punching bag. They finished with the worst record in the league, and every team knew they could push them around. Teams would get physical, talk trash, and the Fever just took it. No pushback, no response, nothing. They were the team everyone circled on their calendar as an easy win and a chance to flex their muscles. Then came that 2024 preseason game against the Mystics. Just a regular preseason game, right? Wrong. This game changed everything for the Fever. The Mystics showed up with a game plan, and it wasn't about X's and O's. It was about sending a message to rookie Caitlin Clark.
No Caitlin Clark. I can understand how bad those people must feel because, well, hell, I wanted to watch her play too. But no doubt about it, the Indiana Fever have another star. No Caitlin Clark today. They set her out with a leg injury. A lot of people not happy about that. Mainly people that purchased tickets and drove into the area or even flew into the area. All right. Just this quick. Sophie Cunningham, and I told you guys I had a feeling that she was going to really make her presence known. Talked about the 6th Woman of the Year. I don't know. I put it out there.
The Mystics decided they'd make an example out of Sophie Cunningham to get to Clark. We all saw it. Kiki Aron delivered that WWE-style body slam on Cunningham that had no place on a basketball court. Then Brittany Sykes came in with that extra shove after the play was dead. Like, why? The play was over. The whole thing felt calculated. The Mystics players were basically saying to Clark, this is how we treat your team in this league. Welcome to the WNBA, rookie. It was intimidation 101. Social media exploded immediately. Fans called it what it was, bullying and cheap shots. The sad part, this kind of treatment had become almost normal against the Fever last season.
And I don't know if they're going to end up winning or not, but Sophie Cunningham has been an absolute beast in this game. And a lot of people came back and was like, you know, she may end up starting, Rhodes. You may be right. This game is almost over. It's almost over. Let me see the score. 79-74, 54 seconds left. Fever leading. 34 minutes, 6 of 11 from the field, 54%, 21 points. And she has thrown in, let me just see here, it looks like 8 rebounds, and how many assists does she have? She's got 2 assists.
But here's where the script flipped. Instead of Cunningham picking herself up alone while teammates looked away, Lexi Hull and Dana Bonner rushed in immediately to defend her. They weren't having it. Not anymore. Not this season. You gotta ask yourself, was that attack really meant for Caitlin Clark? Everything points to yes. Veterans know this old trick. You want to get in a star rookie's head, target their teammates, make them feel like they can't protect each other. It's psychology 101 in sports. But this time, it completely backfired on the Mystics. That moment when Hull and Bonner rushed in wasn't just about one play. It was the moment the Fever stopped being pushovers. It was the first sign that this team was different now. But what nobody saw coming was what Sophie did next after getting body slammed on national TV.
A ton of reaction. The smiles afterward, let's get negative. These people are loving this. It's crazy.
Sophie's response off the court turned what could have been just another WNBA scuffle into the moment that defined the new fever. The Mystics tried to write the narrative that night, but Sophie was about to grab that pen and write her own ending. After getting body slammed on national TV, Sophie Cunningham had every right to be furious. She could have gone on a rant. She could have called out the Mystics players. Instead, she did something nobody expected. She posted on Instagram, "I'm just a girl, and I only play WWE with my sister. That's it." So simple, but so perfect. It wasn't just funny, it was genius. Think about what that post did. The Mystics came to intimidate, and Sophie basically said, "That's cute." She completely took their power away. They couldn't get to her. They tried to make her look weak, and she made them look silly instead. That's how you handle bullies. The Mystics players were so mad they wouldn't even shake hands after the game. Can you imagine? They're the ones who delivered those cheap shots, but they're the ones who left angry. That's how you know Sophie's response hit them where it hurt. You know what makes this even crazier? Sophie has a black belt in Taekwondo that she earned when she was only 6 years old. 6! She could have responded differently if she wanted to. She knows how to defend herself physically, but she chose the smarter path. That shows real strength and leadership.
Okay. I mean, it's crazy. Here we go again. Here we go again. She's yelling while Kiki's laughing in her face. Never seen a rook have a vet so rattled.
Coach Stephanie White saw it immediately. She praised Sophie's poise and said she raises the level of play of everybody around her as soon as she steps foot on the floor. That's exactly what the Fever needed. Someone to lift everyone up instead of just looking out for themselves. Sophie didn't just talk the talk. In that same game, she dropped 21 points with 8 rebounds and 2 assists. It was like she was saying, "Oh, you want to body slam me? Watch this." The Mystics tried to shake her, and she responded by cooking them on the court. That's the best revenge. What Sophie did was create a shield around Caitlin Clark. By taking the heat herself and handling it so perfectly, she took pressure off the rookie and let her play her game. The veterans on other teams were trying to target Clark, but now they have to deal with a unified Fever team. The rematch on May 28th is going to be heated. This isn't just another game anymore. It's personal. Sophie has transformed this team from a bunch of individual players into a real squad that has each other's backs. That's exactly what they needed all along to support their star rookie. The Mystics tried to break them apart, but they accidentally made them stronger instead. The Mystics came to bully, but left creating a monster instead. One cheap shot turned the Fever from last season's doormat into a team nobody wants to mess with now. The Mystics players wouldn't even shake hands after the game. That tells you everything. Sophie Cunningham didn't just stand up for herself with that Instagram post. She gave this Fever squad something they never had before: an identity. They're now the team that has each other's backs no matter what. When May 28th comes around, we're not just watching another WNBA game, we're watching the first chapter of what might become the league's most heated rivalry.